Hello children, today we are going to discuss How Far is the River chapter 3 question and answer. So, answer the questions briefly. Question number 1 is, according to the author, why is it important to walk close to nature? Answer will be, according to the author, it is important to walk close to nature as nature gives us a better understanding of life through new adventures. With each new experience, our horizon is widened and our way of interpreting things changes too. Question number 2. Why did the boy have a desire to know the river personally? The boy desired to know the river personally since he had never seen it himself. The thickly forested mountain hid the river. He knew it was there and what it looked like based on what he had heard from the villagers of the fish in its waters, of its rocks and currents and waterfalls. Thought he had a vivid imagination, the river promised to be more beautiful and he was dispirited to see the river himself, touch its water and know it personally. Question number 3 is, what 3 things did the woodcutter remind the boy of? What was the intention behind his reminds? So answer will be, the woodcutter informed the little boy that the river was about 7 miles away. It would take him 3 hours to reach it, and then he had to return too. He also warned him that it would be get dark by then, and it is not an easy road. Seeing the child alone, the woodcutter must have thought it wise to warn the boy about the dangers of going to the river on his own. Question number 4 is, what type of vegetation and things did the boy see? Answer will be, like all hilly areas, the slopes were covered with slippery pine needles. The boy saw lush green ferns, trees entangled in creepers and golden wild dahlia peeping out from the leaves and ferns. Question number 5 is, describe the girl whose hands spoke a language of their own. Answer will be, en route, the boy met a girl coming from the opposite direction. She held a scythe with which she had been cutting grass, and there were rings in her nose and ears, and her arms were covered with heavy bangles. As she moved her wrists, the bangles jingled and created music. The boy was fascinated by the sound of the traditional jewelry. He felt as if they gave her hands a unique expression and the girl a unique identity. Now question number 6 is, what were some of the problems the young adventurer faced? Initially, the young boy was taken up by the excitement of his new journey. He was determined and focused on reaching the river that was quite far, but soon he was quite thirsty and the blistering sun made it worse. The dusty path became hotter, the stones were burning his feet, and he seemed to be walking forever. Till he had company, he did not notice the discomfort, but the moment he was alone, he began to feel discouraged and conscious of his fatigue and isolation. He could not bear the idea of the same and turning back, but with no humans and only trees, rocks, grass, and small flowers for company. The silence was unbearable. Question number 7 is, what made the last part of his journey easy? Just when he seemed quite exhausted, he met a village boy herding goats who allowed him to believe that the river was not too far from there. The young boy enjoyed sharing his frugal meal of the loaf of bread with him in silence. Till the time they walked together and talked, the boy did not notice his paining feet or the heat of the sun, and his made a part of the journey easier. Now last question number 8 is, what reminded of his fatigue and isolation? So once the village boy and he parted ways, the solo adventure did not seem so much fun. The young boy was on his own, with no sight of home behind or the river ahead. He felt lonely and disturbed. Soon there were no more fields or huts, only the trees, the sun, and his loneliness. He became more aware of how alone and lonely he was. So children, if you like the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe it, and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching.